Okay, I think that's just about it. I've made how to draws of Sonic, Tails. Yo, wait. Who's that other guy?
Part 1. The line art.
First step, and probably the easiest, is to go about 3/4 of the way up your page and draw Knuckles' head. It's just an oval, and I make it an oval because I want it to be a little bit longer and just not as high as Sonic or Tails' head. And then for the body, just draw kind of a curved triangle. Now, if you've seen either my Sonic how to draw or my Tails how to draw, you'll know that I usually make the front of the muzzle go about halfway into the skull. But not this time. It's going to go about 1/3 of the way in. Then the next part is going to kind of go halfway in because you need to make room for the dreads. Speaking of which, for the dreads, just do a line down and then do another curved line that goes about the same height. Then for the mouth, you just want to do a big frowny face. Then a line going back to the start of the frowny face, and then just connect the two. And if you want to, you can even give him a vein. Similar to what I did in my Tails how to draw, you're just going to want to do an itty bitty dot for the nose. And then the eyes are literally just straight lines, just like all of the rest of the characters in my style. And don't forget to make him angry. Now, I can't stress enough that this next part is completely optional. I'm just saying, if you want your Knuckles to look cool, this is a good way to do it. So you're gonna want to erase part of the top of the head, just casually make him brainless. Cough, cough, Sega. Then draw a line connecting the 2 points, but you want to go out just a little bit past them. And maybe fix the head a little bit if you messed up like I did. Then you're going to want to draw some lines going up from the little points on the heads. Like the points at the end of the line should match up with the points on the head. And then just connect his 2 antennae that you kind of gave him. Then draw a line kind of splitting that into a half, I guess. Then just draw 2 circles because, OVA hat. But Sprite World, the Knuckles OVA hat only has 3 dots. Yeah, I know, but perspective from where you're seeing it. Then draw half of a smiley face for his little chest crescent thing, just bloop. You can even draw the full smiley face going out and then erase it later. Casually makes Knuckles more triangular. And then for the arms, you just want to do just lines like I've done in every one of my art tutorials and will continue to do. And, I'm just going to zoom in on the hand here really quick. So just draw a rectangle for his cuffs, and I'll give you a little hint. All of his cuffs are going to be rectangles. Then draw a slightly curved line that's going to be real big. Then draw a curved line that's about half the length of that, And then just do a little line coming in that should be lined up with the cuff. And then do a line on that. And then just draw kind of the rest of the sort of box shape that we've set up. Boom, there's a hand. But it's not Knuckles' hand because Knuckles is spiky. So just do a little W at the bottom for the spikes. Then for the other arm, just do what you did on that arm, just the opposite, Just do the same kind of line, just however you want to pose it. Box for the cuff, and then just draw the hand, but this time facing towards you. So instead of drawing a normal thumb, you kind of want to draw a boxy spiral. And then, do the curved line up, finish the box, and then just kind of make it look like the fingers are wrapping around, like you'll see here in a second. So I accidentally drew the hand too small, so yeah, now you get to watch me doing this in 8 times speed. Yippee! Now, if you've seen any of my other how to draws, you'll know that I just do the same thing for the legs that I do for the arms, aka just make them lines. Then for the shoes, you're going to want to do the boxy cuffs. I said they would all be boxy, you didn't believe me, but it's fine. Then we're going to add some three-dimensional qualities to our Knuckles by giving him 3D legs like I've done with all of my other how to draws. Or 3D shoes, I guess, would be the better term. But just draw them like a rectangular prism for the shoe, because I did not in fact say leg here. Get off my butt, Paul. Then add some tiny lines to make your box look more boxy. Then, kind of following the guidelines that we set up with those tiny lines, you want to just cut it up into thirds so you get that yellow strap thing, I don't know. Then just color in the top part of it with your pencil.
Y'all, I keep saying it. All of the cuffs are going to be rectangles. But we're going to make the shoe a rectangle too, just so it, looks rectangly. Then just split the shoe into thirds and then color in the top little bit like we did on the other one. His tail's just a little lightning bolt, just go down, up, down, and then the same thing on top.
If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. Part 2, the colors.
Knuckles doesn't really have that complex of a color scheme, so we're just going to start off with green. It's the color that's the least prominent in his color scheme since it's just the cuffs of his shoes. While we're sitting here waiting for the past version of me to finish coloring in Knuckles' cuffs, did you know that Knuckles was originally supposed to be a dinosaur? Yeah, this how to draw could have been way more complex. Next color is only if you gave him a hat, but if you did, we're going to use blue, and we're just going to do that little stripe on his hat, but not the circles, because those are going to be a different color. Another really easy color for Knuckles is yellow, because that's just the color of his straps if you didn't give him a hat, but if you did, that's what we're going to color in those little itty bitty circles. Next color is only for if you gave him a hat, because it's the color of the hat, brown. Next up is the color of the eyes, purple. Don't do too dark a purple, you want to give him sort of a color I'm giving him, which is like a lighter-ish purple, but not like lavender. Does that make sense? If you saw my Sonic how to draw, which you should have, you might expect me to use a lighter color for this game, but we're going to use a darker color because it looks cool. Now just trace around the outside like we've done for every other color. Just don't bleed into the dreads, because we'll get to that when we get to that. Now for the color I've been avoiding this whole time because it's so much of his color scheme. Red. Yeah, this is pretty much everything that we haven't done already besides the gloves, because those are white. So just trace the lines, go around the outside, just all the normal procedures. And yes, I will fast forward it for you. So the game that Knuckles was actually introduced in was 1994's Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And the person who did the music for that game was actually not the person who did the music for 1, 2, or CD. It was actually Michael Jackson. Yeah, that's kind of the whole reason why this game didn't get another port until Sonic Origins recently, in quotation marks. But yeah, that's the whole reason why, and it's actually one of my favorite classic Sonic games. Now, Unknown from ME, Knuckles' iconic theme song, has the line, "Knock knock, it's Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles." Even though the first thing he does in Sonic 3 and Knuckles is punch you, steal the Chaos Emeralds, and laugh in your face. Guys, I am dreading coloring this part in. Okay, tough crowd. I'll see myself out.
Ow!
You need to leave! Oh no, this can't be happening. Crowd noises. Okay, I think I lost him. Well, with that, you have a pretty nice drawing of Knuckles the Echidna. Hey, this is Brody from Sprite World. If the audio sounds a little all over the place, that's because I got a mic for Christmas. So some stuff I recorded after Christmas is gonna sound better. Anyway, watch this other how to draw.